suspect vehicle is a black BMW.
So, couple things. Hey guys, welcome to the commute, or free roam, or whatever this series is. I may or may not have neglected to turn my camera on when I may or may not have neglected to resist peer pressure and race somebody, but I probably would have made for a good little clip, but afraid it didn't happen. It's not like I won or anything, but it was someone in a 435i or something like that, and yeah, it was close-ish, but theoretically speaking, it was close-ish. But there wasn't enough room. I was at probably 3/4 throttle the whole time. Tell you what, though, I need to find a better place to park going to and from work, because I've been bottoming this car out, leaving work, getting to work, and it's just not been good. So I need to find a new area to park, and yeah, it's just not the best. I'm gonna probably pull the car up on some ramps because I think I've dinged up the exhaust a little bit, the headers. Hopefully I haven't knocked anything loose. It doesn't sound like I have, but there's only one way to know, and that's to get the car up on something just to make sure, because it made a nice, you know, scraping sound, and I just wanted to make sure, you know, everything is still attached. I wonder, this Lexus, is it a 350 or a 450? It's not an H, I know that. It's usually the RX 350. Yeah, that's an RX 350 with a weird looking 0 on it. I have yet to see another car that's like my mom's. She got hers basically new. It's a 450H, but I never see them. I never see the 450H. Finally, for once, the roads are dry. I don't know how long they will be for much longer, but what the Charles Dickens are you doing? Jesus. What the heck is that? What kind of a car is that? Well, I have to follow it anyways. Looks kind of cool going down the road. I wonder what that is. Jesus. How tall is that? Is that 13.6 or under? I am not sure. That's pretty tall. That's typical driving up here. Watch out for the Altima behind us. Your turn signal's a little useless if you're gonna drive like that, sir. I don't get it. Why is it always the Altimas? Why is it always the Altimas? It just is. There's something about the Altima that attracts people that want to zip around like they're Ariat and Senna with front-wheel drive. Well, found another BMW. It's definitely a G-body, but I can't tell. That doesn't look like an M4. I'm not even sure if that's a 4 Series. Got a temp tag on it though. That's kind of neat. I wonder if it's expired. Oh, that sucks. Unfortunately, this is not the town where you get out and stop to help people. Not unless if you want to be calling for help next, anyways. This light is abhorrently slow. Wow. Wow. I can feel myself aging. I'm 26 now. Okay, so this is gonna be fun, because on this stretch of road, I've been seeing people get pulled over left, right, and center. So we're gonna see if I get pulled over while going the speed limit. That's what I'm gonna do. That's what I always do. Just don't rewind the video. On this stretch of road, I'm just gonna go the speed limit, set the cruise, chill. We're gonna see what happens. Because I see people get pulled over on here all the time, and it just makes me go, what are people getting pulled over for? What are they doing? Because it feels like it takes a lot to get pulled over around here. And I feel like I've done things that I should get pulled over for. Maybe not ticketed for, but pulled over for. And it never happens to me. This car is loud and all that sort of stuff, but it's legal and all that, blah, blah, blah. So it's like, what? I would assume that I would be getting targeted, but I don't. this car has never been pulled over before. So I don't know, I guess we're just gonna see what happens. Maybe it's the angle of the car behind me, but it looks like the person behind me can't see over their steering wheel. There's a blah 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 blah. There's a train. I didn't turn my cruise control on. I'm like, why is the car slowing down? Well, Tom, it's because you didn't turn the cruise control on. I'd like to get out in front of you, Miss BMW. No, Mister. That doesn't matter. Now, I'm not overly familiar with this road yet, so I don't know where the officers like to hang out. I just know that there's quite a few speed traps along here, and I see people get nabbed all the time. There's a freight train there. I think it's moving too. God, I'm just tired today. How do normal people stay awake without caffeine? Because a good night's sleep doesn't mean anything. Oh, it is a girl. Uh-oh, Estes is having a problem. Or is that an exit? Now that looks like they're driving on the shoulder. Am I tripping? No, they're in their lane now. I could have sworn, so they were on the shoulder, but they're swerving around. That's cool. It's always comforting to see. I mean, I've been there. I've been tired before. But eventually you realize you gotta just pull over and do something. Oh, you're looking for a shoulder to pull over for. Oh, you're looking for one. I gotcha. That makes more sense. Well, thanks, Mr. Light. You had to change just at the right time where I had to stop. I didn't feel like flooring it. Oh, my head. A Jaguar with really spiderweb looking windows. That looks like that thing's been attacked. Ohio plate? What the heck? Well, now that's interesting. God dang it. I'd rather sneeze uncontrollably. For crying out loud. Okay. There's a Ford up there with no plates. I'm here in a sports car. Got Mr. GMC passing me on the left. Who's it gonna be? Sorry, Mrs. GMC. I'm just making all sorts of presumptions today. Whatever that is underneath your car, Mr. or Mrs. GMC, doesn't look like it's attached properly. God, there's like little grooves in this road that it makes you feel like you're being pulled one way from like the left or to the right, and it's really, I don't like it. I think it just gets too much semi-truck traffic, but it makes you feel like there's something wrong with your wheels. Like, is my goddamn tire falling off? Am I just driving on the rims? Is everything balanced correctly? Do I have weird camber or what? Like, what the heck? You know, that Infiniti over there reminded me of something. So I was curious, you know, what does the current modern day Nissan Skyline look like? Because technically the Q50 or the Q60 Red Sport is the equivalent to what the Skyline is over in Japan these days. So I did a little bit of searching just to see, and the current Nissan Skyline, the Nismo version, not gonna lie, it actually looks kind of cool. I wouldn't say it necessarily looks cooler than an R35 or an R34, and I think it has a 7-speed auto of some kind. I don't know, I feel like that with like a manual transmission, or I don't know, a ZF gearbox and all-wheel drive. It could be a neat car, but then, I don't know, maybe where would it go in the Nissan lineup, because we have Infiniti over here. So does that mean back in the day, if Nissan had sold the R34 GTR, would it have been branded as an Infiniti? I can't remember when Infiniti first came about, but it makes you wonder, what would the R34 have looked like in the US if it was an Infiniti instead? What motor would they use? know, they would have had to have gotten the RB26 to pass emissions and stuff. I'm sure they could have done it, but it probably would have been a little different. When was the Infiniti brand founded?
Still working. Infiniti was formed November 8th, 1989.
In 1989? It was founded in 1989. That means they could have brought the R32 GTR into the US and called that an Infiniti of some kind. They could have done it with the R33. They could have done it with the R34. All people would have had to do to have a GTR is do what people do with the Chevrolet SS, and they kind of rebadge it and change over the software to have it be like a Holden. It would be something like that. It's what they could have done. They were so close. They could have done it. That's a pretty C6. They knew people liked these cars after they saw, you know, because when a whole bunch of Nissan reps came to a show one time and saw the Blackbird, Craig's car, back in the early 2000s, and they were like surprised it was there, that would have been an indicator that people wanted the damn thing. It's like, oh shoot, could have been so different. The other thing is, Nissan Skyline GTRs would have been cheaper today had they done that. The whole reason why the market is screwed up and skewed is because we never got to have them, and because our importation law is stupid. It would have been more like the A80 Supra. Yes, they're expensive, but you can get a Toyota Supra Turbo for under $100,000. You can get an automatic Supra for 50 or 60, I think. Those are decent prices. It's not super cheap, but it's attainable. $130,000, holy crap. I might have to save all of my bonuses from Nissan. Hopefully everyone gives me good reviews. Hopefully I sell a lot of Nissans. That's where it actually is. It'd be kind of cool, since I'm working at a Nissan dealership, to buy an R34 and then see if they'll let me do like an unveil at the dealership. I mean, they probably would, to be honest. They're all very good people.